Alright guys, welcome back to another Dragonheir video. In this video, I'm going to talk about Arena. Alright, so it's the second month on my server, just midway through Season 2. There's not much to do in the game, so I spent some time digging into Arena, trying to find the best champion for Arena. So I got a pretty decent rank in both of Arena system. I should be able to finish in the Challenger tier easily, right? And just looking at my defense log, I think it's doing good. Alright. And on 3v3 arena, hold on, let me check my 3v3 arena. Yeah, it's number 1. So I do think I pretty much know what the best champion is for arena at the moment. Well, I think the good thing about Dragonheir's PvP system is, even though it is broken, still, they are doing a great job in terms of champion balance. I don't see a certain champion that is super OP, way above any other champion. I don't see anything like that. Even if we are talking about the most broken PvP champion like Alcibri, for example, there is way to counter Alcibri. So I think this part, Dragonheir is actually doing a good job. There is not a single brokenly OP champion in the game, right? So in this video, I just want to talk about what damage dealer you should go with on your team. There are so many different choices to pick your damage dealer. I know everybody has a different roster. Like, everybody knows that like Hvitar is broken, Hvitar is the best PvP damage dealer, something like that. I feel like that is actually not true. That is actually not true. Hvitar, once you move to a higher tier, for champion like this, there's no debuff, there's no turn meter manipulation, just pure damage. And she kind of requires either accuracy or another champion who can do frost for her. I do not think she is the best damage dealer for arena if you just move to higher tier, right? Because her weakness is very obvious. She is squishy, very low defensive stats. She doesn't have any crowd control debuff. She doesn't have terminal manipulation. And if you use her as your only frost champion, you also need to build a little bit accuracy, right? So that is a big weakness. So anyways, I'm gonna talk about all the viable arena damage dealer I think in the game. Alright, so the first one is Garika, the only fire champion I don't have. I think she is really OP, and you can definitely build this champion with attack. Even though it's marked as a support champion, but it's totally fine to build this champion with attack, super high attack, full crit rate, something like that. And you don't even need to push crazy accuracy because she gets an accuracy bonus 2 on the ultimate here, right? On all allies. So maybe build her with like 120, maybe 150 accuracy definitely should be enough, because not a lot of people push resistance in arena. Unless you reach to challenger tier, nobody's gonna push crazy resistance. So you don't even need like above 200 accuracy like you do in the PvE. In PvP, most of the people I know, they don't build accuracy. So if you have her, amazing champion, and she is a great counter if the enemy has a lot of buffs, right? So definitely try her. And another one, just looking through here, I don't see much. And even on the second line, Achatis, I know this is a highly anticipated champion. But again, like if you want to use him, that is fine. That is actually fine. The only issue is he cannot be the only burn champion, right? You need someone else to set up the burn. So with that being said, you basically need another legendary, burn legendary. So the best pairing is gonna be this guy, Carve, because the ultimate is gonna have 2 stacks of burn on every single enemy. So you kind of need to pair Achatis with Carve. Otherwise, himself alone, it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. And he is a melee champion. And another bad thing is he's a melee champion, and he can't really blink or dash into the enemy with highest attack. A lot of assassin champion, they can just blink to the enemy's squishiest champion, right? Something like that. So he's like a fighter type of champion. So yeah, he can do a lot of crazy AoE damage, but I do not recommend pick him as your main choice. Like, I use him in my 3v3 team, but not my main team. Oh, another champion I forgot to mention that I think is super good for Arena. That is Felicity. I know it is a surprise to a lot of you, but I actually try to build a Felicity in Arena, and it works really well. Alright, it works really well, because if you take a look at her skill kit, basic attack of battle skill, trigger critical hit, recharge ultimate energy by 5%, right? So you build her with either a skill haste set or attack speed set. She's gonna get this ultimate up super fast. Alright, so like the battle skill, it's a 3 hit. So it's 3, if it's 3 crit, it's going to be 15% per meter boost, ultimate energy boost, right? And once she has this ultimate ready, it doesn't have a crazy multiplier. It's only 370 attack fire damage. It's 3 times, but it ignores shield. There are a lot of broken shield champion, right? And the thing is, shield in this game is not a buff. If you use a buff, probation or remove buff, something like this, it's not gonna remove shield. Shield is not a buff in this game, so which is a little bit weird. So yeah, if you want to ignore shield, it has to be stated in the skill itself. So this ignores shield, and I would say if you build a Felicity decent enough, you should be able to one-shot most of the tank in the game. So you can build Felicity in a team where against a lot of super tanky stacked healer support tank team. Alright, the only weakness, the only counter to the Felicity offense team is Mithracia. Right, not her. Mithracia, because she has revive. Right? If you try to take down enemy one by one, it's not gonna work against a reviver. You need an AoE to take down Mithracia. So like on my team, when I saw a team with like 5 support healer tank stuff and they don't have a Mithracia, I just use champion like a Felicity to take them down one by one, and it works great. So if you are missing some really good single target choices for Arena, give Felicity a try. I really like the champion. Crazy damage for Arena, which is a surprise, right? And for Frost, obvious choice is Hvitar. Everyone knows it. This champion is hard to get. Alright, and another great choice is Oster. Yeah, I would say Oster is pretty close to Hvitar. I've seen Oster one-shotting enemy's team, same as Hvitar, right? So, in my opinion, if you have Hvitar and you do not have the exclusive artifact, I think these two are pretty similar. So, a Hvitar without exclusive artifact is pretty close to Oster. There's basically no difference. If you got exclusive artifact, yeah, still gonna go with Hvitar, right? And Lasenia, I think Lasenia is not as good as Oster and Hvitar. She just does overall lesser damage. But the one thing you can do is you can gear her in a stun set, drop from Grave of Venom, right? Every time you hit, it's gonna have a chance to stun the enemy. It works really well with this skill because it's gonna hit the enemy every 1 second. It's an AoE skill. It hits pretty much all the enemy every 1 second. The enemy is gonna get stunned like crazy. So stun set works really good on this champion, right? So I would say like any of these 3, you can use them. With Hvitar, with exclusive, that's the best choice. And as for the epic, I don't see anything that is outstanding. Alright, move to Necrosis. I think all the summoning unit, unfortunately, I don't recommend them for Arena. Like every single summoning unit, they just they don't offer bursting damage. That's the issue. Like in Arena, you're looking for bursting damage, AoE bursting damage, or single target bursting damage. Like the summoning unit, they are good in PvE because they can slowly pile up the damage, right? But you're really looking for bursting, not consistent damage output. But there's only one champion that is exception. That is this guy, Gulend. This guy is super good. I like him a lot. Even though he is marked as a support champion, he is basically a damage dealer, and he is one of the best AoE damage dealer in the entire game. Alright, don't worry about this inspiration, it doesn't matter. The reason that he is so good is this battle skill here. So he's gonna stun the enemy 100% chance, and it's going to steal enemy's turn meter 3% every 0.6 seconds, and it lasts 3 seconds. So you will steal 15% of enemy's turn meter, right? Which basically makes him go first. If you build him with a little bit skill haste, like most of the time, he will go first, right? He will definitely just go first and use this AoE attack penalty. And the enemy, if the enemy is below 50% HP, they're gonna be charmed or heal probation, accuracy penalty, all sort of stuff. And this multiplier is not bad, 720, and the entire map, right? This is the entire map, 720. Just build him with, I would say, like 120 to 150 accuracy is going to be enough, because in Arena, most people, they just don't build accuracy at all, right? Yeah, I think this is a great choice. Probably one of the, maybe the top 3 or top 5 damage dealer for Arena in the game. That is Gulend. Alright, so next one is Radiance. The champion I'm using the most is Thalandor, right? And I think Thalandor is pretty much the only viable damage dealer type champion in Radiance faction, right? He is amazing, and I think unless it's a 5 tank champion enemy comp, one damage dealer Thalandor, you only have one damage dealer Thalandor on your team, that is sufficient. He will be able to take down the enemy team with 1 or 2 ultimate skill, right? If you do not have the exclusive artifact for Thalandor, that is actually fine. That is actually fine. Just use this one instead. So 2 ultimate skill will trigger guaranteed crit effect. So if you don't have the exclusive artifact Thalandor, use that one instead and push insanely high crit damage. It will be able to one-shot enemy team. Super good. The other choice I've seen people use is actually Facia. What's his name? Facia, right? So I know this is support champion again, but this is a great multiplier. Same to the champion we talked about, Gulend, right? It's the same thing. This is his only damaging skill. But the thing is, you don't really need to push crazy amount of accuracy unless you're in challenger tier. So just build this champion as a damage dealer. He does a lot of damage. This is not a joke. I've actually seen people using this champion as damage dealer, and they beat my team. So yeah, a little bit niche choice, but worth the consideration. Alright, so Thunder. All the Dauntless champion is an instant skip because they're pure single target. Well, except one. Except Nashankar. Okay, I forgot about her because I don't have her. I forgot about Nashankar. This character, super good in Arena. Like, every time I use a Hvitar to go against a Nashankar, Nashankar just one-shot my Hvitar in like 1 second. 1 second into the battle, the Hvitar is dead by Nashankar's one-shot for some reason. So yeah, this is probably the best assassin character in the game. Alright, as if we want to talk about Thunderbolt, I don't know about this guy. I really don't know about this guy. I've seen people use it like once or twice, but not a lot of people use him. So I don't know. Maybe he's good, maybe not. Let me know what you guys think. I really don't know because yeah, Thunderbolt is probably the most underwhelming new mechanic in the game. Like, look at this new character's rating, 2.2 as a new character. That is ridiculous, right? All right. As for poison, all the poison characters, I don't see a single one that is a good DPS because in this video we only mentioned DPS, right? So Lothier, not good for arena. All these champion, not a good DPS choice. So I would say poison faction is a instant skip for if you're looking for decent DPS, right? I mean legendaries at least. For rare we have Sigrid, super good. And another choice I want to mention is this guy here, Theodore. This guy is crazy, right? This guy is crazy. The reason is this passive. When an enemy inflicts a control, grant 10% ultimate energy to the ally with highest attack. This is insane, right? So your ally champion with highest attack will absolutely go first. I've seen a lot of people use this champion. It is really hard to deal with, right? It's hard to deal with this guy. And he doesn't really any gear on him. Just make him like as tanky as possible, right? Make sure he is alive so this passive works, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so yeah, I think I basically went through all the DPS champion for arena that I think will work even in challenger tier. There are a lot of other great champions, but the champions I mentioned in this video, I think they are gonna work great even in challenger tier, right? One surprise is Felicity, one of my favorite champions in the game. Super good for arena. And all the Frost character, Roland, Landor, Fancia, Nashinkar, and this fella here. Yeah, that's my recommendation. You guys gotta have any of these, right? Okay, so for my 3v3 team, the first team I'm using is a full Frost team, 5-man Frost team. The second team I'm actually using Felicity on my second team with really good gear on Felicity. Basically one-shotting any non-inspirated tank. Like if they have super high inspiration and super tanky stats, she will not be able to one-shot them. Alright, and the third team I'm using Landor. Landor, I need 2 DPS, so I picked Hubert as well. But Hubert is not that good in arena. I mean, he is good. He's just not that useful in higher tier of arena. He gets one shot too easily, right? Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Alright, did I miss any super good DPS for arena? Let me know, and I'll see you guys in a video soon. Bye.